Guys, I'm here thinking to myself, what the hell is a PSL doing? To be quite honest, what is a PSL doing? This is just another this, and by this, uh, when I say what is the PSL doing, and they are messing up, the PSL confuses me because I think the PSL doesn't take into consideration marketing, doesn't take into consideration brand building. I don't think, right? That doesn't take into consideration that there's a story to tell, that people, I think they forget, I think, and obviously, you're not in the offices, in the decision making places, to realize that at the end of the day, this thing that we call football is entertainment. Like for them, Safa, the PSL, the NSL, that whole group of people, all of those stakeholders, I think they forget that this thing is entertainment. It is entertainment. When I've said that, PSL is no different. Football in general is just no different than any other reality TV show, than any other program that we watch, like anything that we consume for entertainment purposes. You get as emotionally invested in characters, in storylines. You wish things could be a certain way and they're not. You can debate afterwards, should it have been like this, should it have been like that? That character should have done this. This player and manager should have done this. Right? And mind you, in all these things, as people consuming this media, consuming this entertainment, we can do nothing about it. There's nothing we can physically do to affect, what's up, Bucks? To affect the outcome of what we're watching. We can be physically invested, emotionally invested, everything, mentally invested. But there's nothing you or I can do that's going to influence what happens at the end of those 90 minutes. So this thing is a product. Football is a product. It is a product, and I don't think at times the PSL realizes this. I don't know if it's the PSL. I don't know if it's SAFA. I don't know who should be held responsible for the PSL not having built the story around them, right? I mean, guys, we have I'm muted. What do you mean I'm muted? What do you mean? What do you mean? Right? We have when last did we even have a title race? When last did the league go to the last day, the last month? Never mind the last day, the last month, where every week you're thinking to yourself, ish, number 1 and 2, but change. Number 1 and 2, do this, do this. When last did we experience this? I think the last time must have been, is it not Gordon Ingerson? Oh man, Chiefs coach on the last day when they're playing not so sexy football, like helicopter football. Stuart Baxter. Stuart Baxter. Yes. Right? That was the last time. The last time where the league in a last day. League a last day. It's either Middendorp or Baxter. It's either Middendorp or Baxter, but I think it's Middendorp. You know the beautiful thing about life? We can check. We can check. Last time Kaizer Chiefs won the league. Right? Stuart Baxter. Was Baxter. Right. Yeah? 2015. Can't be. 2015. 2015 for real? Damn. It's a long ass time ago. Damn. Okay. But it was with Ernest Middendorp, I believe, where the league went all the way to the last day. Right? And then Sundowns took the league that time. Now we are here. Right? We are here. You've got Orlando Pirates. My boys, is in Jazam. Right? Could potentially win the league. Potentially win the league. If they win their next two games. Oh, wait. No, actually, because head to head, Mamelodi Sundowns pips us because Barashapile, two, right? Anyways, now the PSL. Do you guys see? Thanks for the gifts, guys. Thanks. So Lufizi, Zondo Commission. That guys, we're in the last days of the PSL. The last weeks. You see at the Premier League, they talk about the run-in. Everything is about the run-in. The run-in. When you see, you go and, what's up, DG? You watch them speak about the games on the table at the bottom there. At the bottom, the run-in. And it shows Arsenal, Man City. Goal difference, goal scored, points. The run-in. The run-in. Everyone knows. Every week, there is a story. There is a narrative. The run-in. Two clubs fighting every week. Every single week to win this league. And we like stories. We like the back-to-back. We like the, no, Simnandi, you are not. We like these things. And we don't have these things in the PSL, right? Who's in charge? Who's responsible in ensuring that this story, whenever you see it, how Bula 202, you see this thing, the run in. What, hey, ziyasha or ziyakhala. Something to that effect. Or hey, no, this season, ziyakhala. Pirates Sundowns. One moment ke Sundowns, one moment ke Pirates. It needs to be everywhere. It needs to be every single place. Mara, that thing, haiyo. It's as if after the game, there is no after. There's no story. There's no narrative. There's no contention. There's none of those things are in your face. Right? Those things are not in your face. This should be the season of Ziakal. No Ziakal. That's what happening. Right? Now, in this run-in that we have in this league, we have a run-in. You have Pirates. Sundowns playing today. Their last game of the season. How is the league leader, as it stands, playing on a Tuesday? Playing on a Tuesday. On random ass Tuesday. How does this happen? It takes away the entire excitement. It takes away the climax. It takes away the passion of this title run. It really does. Mind you, in said title run, Sundowns will play 30 games today. Pirates will still have 2 games to play. We'll still have 2 games to play. Mara, my brother, what do you mean? What the hell kind of title decider is this? What? To this damn day, we all remember that Aguero goal against was it QPR? We all remember that Aguero goal against QPR on the final day of the season. Final day of the season. Now the question is, let our Sundowns ask for these things, right? Rightfully so. But there is an administrative issue before Sundowns has to ask for these things. You must plan for something like this to possibly happen. Nakiri, it's an oversight. It's a complete oversight by the admin at PSL. Complete oversight. This, my logic, Ladula, right? Ladula, you know how many teams are in the league? Number one. You know how many teams are going to play continentally? You know where these people are going to be playing, when they are going to be playing. You have an entire calendar. An entire calendar. You know that Sundowns will reach, as Agent is saying, Sundowns will reach the end of these tournaments. You know this. You know this. You can literally plan for this. But even beyond that, you make a contingency for what if Pirates also goes far? What if any other team that is in a continental competition, what if they go far? You plan all of this out. You plan all of this out. Then you say, okay, cool. Because you need that. You know what Skulisas is saying? That shouldn't matter. Hore, we know Sundowns would win it. That should not matter. You don't factor that in. What you factor in is you need to have contingencies for every single possible outcome. That's why planning is being put in place. Because now, if you have plans that are put in place, you then say, okay, sharp, right? We have these 16 teams. These teams are not going to play continentally. They're going to partake in such a competition. They're going to partake in each and every cup competition, right? Let's ensure that in case Pirates is on the ascendancy, you see this. Chiefs is in the ascendancy, you see these things. Still is in the ascendancy, you see these things. Yes, things play out how they played out. But now, in case Pirates are how do we ensure that if it's a title race legit, that these teams are playing in Pretoria and Orlando on the title deciding day? I don't understand. You know that teams like Sundowns will go far. Teams that play continentally, you've had issues of, okay, bro, traveling, fixtures having to be moved. Everything feels and looks like, kare, bakopana leona as the league goes, right? Kana kweo, we know way before the Premier League, you already know when the fixtures are happening. You know all of this. You can't plan for it. Now, your title challenger, the most exciting league you've had in years. The final game of the league. For the current champions that are number one is happening on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday. What's going on? The title challenger still has 2 games in hand. Wise men, this is the problem. They shouldn't have to be asking to play this game today. That's the issue. You're putting the onus on Sundowns. What kind of league is this? Where Sundowns must keep asking guys, Kopali moving game because Kopali moving game because Kopali moving game because Kanti, is this not a league of professionals? Is this is this not a league that's supposed to be organized? What I suggest is planning accordingly. Because how is it that the Premier League is is always capable of ensuring? Now we know when the league will end. On that last day, you know it's going to be City and Arsenal playing in the same day. Same day. We missed out on the drama. We missed out on the excitement. Like you missed out. Think about wait see. Last day of this, let's say Arsenal draws the next game. We draw our next game. That last game of the season, bro. You're going to be doing that. Doing that. This could be an opportunity to multicast this game. Both games playing at the same time, no delays. Every game. Like, you're like how are But Baloko Stadium are worried about what's happening there and not in front of them. You, bro, like, bro, bro, it was going to be amazing. And you're like, you know what? This is Yakala Manj. This is my point in Tepos. This is my point. Plan in anticipation of things going a specific way. Then you are able to give a product to us as fans. You can't be blaming Sundowns. Makes no sense. This, at the end of the day, Big Bear, it's not just about you. Don't think about yourself. Think about the product of football. Think about the product of football. Don't think about just your specific situation. The product of open yourself just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because this is why the Premier League, no matter what we say, but what are no, Premier League ke makaka, Premier League Premier League is whatever. But it's always quintessentially the point of reference for everybody. No matter what happens. The Premier League currently, you need to also understand. El Clasico just happened. El Clasico just happened. What are people caring most about? West Ham playing Arsenal. West Ham. Relegation team. West Ham. That is what is the hype of everything. Guys, this is Barcelona. And why can't I see Abu Tikutso's point? Oh, I see them. Like West Ham. Relegation side. That same Sunday, it is Barcelona and Real Madrid. What? And look, right? The final, this thing, yeah, the second leg. I had SK jump on yesterday, right? Speak on this thing. Hore, a two-legged final. Linna, I'm not a fan of a two-legged final. I'm not a fan, right? But, but, I can understand why that is the case. Because as you go abroad, the Champions League, for instance, it's played at a specific neutral ground. Sometimes you pick this neutral ground way before time, right? If your team is there, sharp, it's whatever, right? And people will go there. Imagine Rona picking a neutral ground in Africa. Will that neutral ground be filled by the respective opponents that are in that final? Would they? Would they? Let's think probably not. But beyond all of that, the PSL knows a final is a two-legged final. You didn't just come across this thing. You didn't just bump into this news. Hey, every cup final is a two-legged final. It's not news to them. You plan for these things. You plan for these things. Abuti Kuto was asking me, what is CAF's role in all of this? What is CAF's role in all of this? That's a very good question because they're the overseers of continental football. So do you not, as a PSL, liaise le bona CAF and say this is the situlala to ensure that we plan this thing accordingly? So that we know, as the PSL, we know, boom, we do this. From this date, the league starts. League ends at this date. Did the fixtures not get released even late this past season? Was the season before that? Did they not get released a week or two or three prior to the league starting? I even forgot. But there was contention around that in itself. So I'm like, guys. We're looking like Popeyes in these streets. Looking for Popeyes. And this is another thing, that's another thing, that it's perhaps not even just PSL being inept. It could be from a continental body, football body, also could be inept. Because how is it that the guys who Sundowns is playing, for the CAF final, their season is already done. Their season is already done. That already puts that opponent in an advantageous position. And this is why Sundowns is like, hey guys, can we play earlier? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We look like clowns in these streets, bro. We look like clowns in the streets. And that's the thing. The PSL started late because of the fixtures not even, PSL, Like sometimes it's disheartening, to be quite honest. It's disheartening. It's disheartening. From an administrative standpoint, guys, come on, man. Rebatona. You have people that you hire in these positions. You have people that you hire in these positions. To ensure that such things don't happen. Guys, we keep blaming all these things. Curious talking about it's caused by AFCON. What do you mean it's caused by AFCON? If so, if that's caused by, if there's, my problem is that there's a lack of foresight. There's a lack of foresight. Like Agent is saying, a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet solves this entire problem. If you can see there's a delay, or you see as it is right now, right? Season high failure. When the season ends, as it stands right now, you can see, okay, no, Makesi might be probably relegated. It doesn't matter who. You've got 16 players. 16 teams. You've got 16 teams that you must account for in a 30-game season. And each and every team must play home and away. And with this information, you know where their home stadiums are, because some of them, it's home stadiums. So for some, it's what their home stadium is. You know where this is happening. You take all these 16 teams, you put them in a spreadsheet, knowing that you've got this time and this time, and then you map it out, considering that there's continental competitions. There's international competitions. There's AFCON that happens. There's Nedbank Cup that happens. Current Black Label Cup that happens. These things are not a surprise. If we know when AFCON is, they know when AFCON is. We know every year, this is when, every single time, we know when the World Cup will happen. We know when the AFCON will happen. We know these things. You make it seem as if, some of you are making it seem as if these things it's too many, they just started happening. Oh my God, oh shit, there's AFCON now. Oh shit, World Cup. What? This is not news. This is not news. None of this stuff is new. None of this stuff is new. You know when the cups are happening. You know the tournaments are happening. You know all these things. You know them. You know them. You can plan today. Start planning from today. Okay, this is how the next season should look like. Based on the tournaments we have, based on the cups we have, based on whatever it is that we have. You even know when the international breaks are happening. You know that. You know. We know. I don't know, it's so disappointing just to see what's happened. It's so disappointing. Pirates, we're going to play 2 games. Look, and it's stressful. It's stressful. This is why it needs to be a communication between all parties, all stakeholders. This is what's going on. You can make these things, because if a team makes a request, but the calendar is the calendar, if this thing does not assist the calendar, If it destabilizes or puts other teams at a disadvantage, you can consider that. Why can't you not bring the people in together and say, this is the situation? Now you go in the koko kopa re change because ke batla. Like, I don't understand. Like, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Because as much as we can say Safa must take all the blame, yes, Kef must also come to. Do we not all talk and engage? Where's all of this? Like, all these things. All these things. That's the thing, Kuto. You can't get actuaries to sort this thing out. Man, guys, it might take us longer, but we can say, okay, we know this is what's happening. Right? More. Mang. How do we plan this thing out? Here's an entire spreadsheet. What do you say? Can we agree to this? And when we agree to these things, and say, okay, cool, in agreement to these things, what are the steps that we take when it comes to, let's say we decide, rescheduling. Who decides? Who's the body that decides? Who's the mitigator here? Because what the hell is this? And my issue is that we keep blaming and blaming and blaming and blaming and blaming and blaming. Mang, this. Sundowns rescheduled. Hey, but you can always take these things. You can always reverse engineer these things. Reverse engineer these things. This is why teams do periodization. Periodization is purely for this. You've got set fixtures, then you know to work out the load for each player and how. Then there's a mesocycle and a microcycle to these things. How to ensure that we have enough players available, fit and ready to compete at a high level. You plan these things out. This is what the cycle looks like from start to finish, from game week 1 to game week 30. Then you chop it up into blocks between game week 1 and 15, 16 to 30. You break it down game week and in chunks of game week 5s. Planning. It's just planning. And it makes it seem as if I'm asking for a lot. And at times, I think sometimes it's as if I'm asking for so much. Just to plan. To plan. We can't plan. Oh, guys, we can plan. And that's the thing. Calf cut, and that was a delay when I see it. That's a delay when we started this thing. But this BK, this is the thing, guys. We need to apply our minds. I've got faith in all of us that we can apply our minds, right? That's why I'm saying to you that if you're going to reschedule a game, what are the grounds of rescheduling? Who's the mediator of that reschedule? And if games, you need to make and have room for rescheduling of these things. If things get rescheduled, okay, sharp. How do we then tweak this thing to ensure that the end goal is that we have an entertaining product, a product that is entertaining, that is well run, that is available to everybody, that it is as fair as possible. But this is the thing, BK, my brother. When you make these things, you have contingencies for everything, my brother. Contingencies. You account for all these things. The issue is that there is no accounting for these things. Everything seems to be a surprise. That's the frustration. You're telling me about things being rescheduled, telling me about bad weather, you're telling me about lightning, you're telling me about all these things. All of us, we can think about these things. Then we sit there and say, what if there's bad weather? What then? What if? You have these contingencies. You make guys, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on.